morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Wednesday, number 3 day for this month of May, 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Ambazonian FBI. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. With the act of terrorism, barbaric slaughtering of an entire client or customer in a bar in Mau Mau, a small village near Mautu, in the great state of Fako. The people are unconsolable as Cameroon military elite force, the B, stormed a bar in Mau Mau and killed the entire people who were drinking on the 1st of May because an Ambazonian fighter visited the bar. This marks another low and in the continuous slaughtering of our people. If there was any doubt in the conduct of the Cameroon military and what we face, it should be clear in what happened in Mau Mau. And we'll continue to monitor the situation, and we have asked the youths in that area to mobilize themselves to fight and defend their community. The repeated abuse of our people, even in Ekona, an area where there have not been an Ambazonian attack for over 1 year, should tell our people exactly the situation we have found ourselves, and we must live up to this moment and do what is necessary to liberate our homeland. Then we also have to look into the interview that was provided by the ABC television channel. That is the television channel of Chris Anu. That interview Thibaut Nagy, who have come out to make very damning statement about the prospect of Ambazonian independence regarding the international community. One thing I want to ask our people to notice is that Christopher Anu have been the main source to convince Ambazonian people about our struggle, whether it was bringing a British lady to come and tell Ambazonian people to forget about their history, or is bringing Thibaut Nagy right now to come and tell our people that the international community will not force Cameroon to give us independence and we should not rely entirely on the international community. Christopher Anu have been the black eye in our struggle in terms of our liberation war, where Cameroon have helped, where it has helped Cameroon to speak to our people, whether it's bringing John Frundi or bringing somebody like Nambere, who have stand with Moja, the killer of Ambazonians, to tell our people that they are going to fight us. Christopher Anu's channel is a channel that is being sponsored by La République du Cameroon and have an agenda for the Cameroon government. Make no mistake, Chris Anu have received money from La République du Cameroon. Chris Anu and Sako, they themselves have admitted their conduct have proven to be exactly the same. Remember General Agaba, the hero of Ambazonia, the biggest general of Ambazonia, who will rise up in Bamenda, the capital of our resistance, and our people will know that man Pekin Iran Tanap. Chris Anu killed him. Remember the amount of people that was butchered by his brother, Oliver Lequier. The entire core of the Ambazonian tigers, Tiger One, have come to you and cried. If Ambazonia can lose this war, it will be because of Ambazonian stupidity. Ambazonia, who is going to kill our soldiers, 39 of them, and bury them alive, and still come and talk to you people and you listen to them. That is the Ambazonian, you people, you think you can liberate ourselves. Ambazonia, where a leader of a movement will apologize to the enemy when their soldiers are being killed. Ambazonia, who will turn to the most credible activists and tell our people that he has received money from La République du Cameroon and he's been engineered from outside. This is the type of Ambazonia you think can free itself? No. Ambazonia should know one thing. We can lose this war. And right now, we are not winning, we are losing. Because the dark cloud, as I told you people, over La République have been punctured. Coming from the Canadian pre-talks, have you seen what is going on in the international community? Have you seen the change in language? in the international community, you people should know that the ultimate solution to our problem will be the diplomatic solution that will come from the international community. You people should know that. I've spoken to Tibo Nagy privately. I've spoken to him publicly. I've engaged with multiple state parties to consult and Ambazonian leaders to consult. And I will deliver a speech to the Ambazonian people to tell you exactly the future that we must have, or the future that will befit us if we do not pursue those lines. I can guarantee you that Ambazonia can have its independence. Ambazonia can be independent. We can get the international community to do the right thing for Ambazonia if only we act right, if only we are patriotic, if only we come across as a people who are focused to fighting the real fight against a common enemy, which is La République du Cameroon, using internationally recognized and appreciable methods. I want to remind Ambazonians that Tibo Nagy have told our people that you can have Ambazonia. Tibo Nagy have told our people how you can have Ambazonia. Tibo Nagy have said that Ambazonia is the dream of Africa. The only problem that he regrets not tackling while he was in active service with the United States of America. Tibo Nagy and people like him are the people who actually speaks the mind and the state of mind of the United States president and their Secretary of State's mind. He speaks from that office. They usually will use people that they can have deniability to engage in such undercover or covert diplomacy. What Tibo Nagy have just told you, it expressed the exact mindset of the international community as it is right now. If you think that because we are right, we will win, you are making a fat mistake. Ambazonia should not think that we must win because everybody wants freedom. No, it does not matter. Dictators are not even concerned about people loving them. Cameroon don't care whether we love them or we want them. They don't actually care. They want us to be afraid of them. That is why they are using terrorism against our own people. But if we turn against our own unjustly, if we become the same corrupt people like Mr. Pobia, the same intolerant people than Mr. Pobia, if we become liars, killers, murderers, today, if I am afraid of anybody who can take me down, I'm more afraid of Ambazonians than La République. Look at what they have done to me. Look at what we have done to ourselves. And ask yourself, who in his right mind can support Ambazonia to have its freedom as it is right now? We must change drastically. We must be rational. We must be reasonable. We must put on our thinking cap. Our leaderships are incompetent to even negotiate because they have cornered themselves with partisanship and surround themselves with people, with yes sir people. Our generals on the ground are no different. Everybody have become selfish. We must stop accommodating stupidity and come to our sense to be rational, to be rightful thinking, and to be patriotic. We have to do that. We have no choice. We have to think about things seriously and make sure we have answered questions. And that is what I had engaged myself and promised Ambazonia. Today, a member of the AGOFC is asking me behind the back that, is it not the ADF, the AGOFC that gave me legitimacy? It's ridiculous. The same thing the IG was asking the AGOFC, who made Dr. Choi Yaba a president or a leader. And people should know that legitimacy or a mandate does not come from a group. You can be chosen by a group or mandated by a group to be the group's leader, but not the leader of Ambazonia. To lead a struggle depends on your ability to articulate what that group stands. For example, I'll give you a simple example. If a group of people gather to protest, how do that group negotiate? How do they have somebody who can legitimately represent them? It is during the process when that grievances is coming up, many people will be standing in front of the podium and addressing the crowd. The person that is going to express exactly what is in the heart of everybody, who is more articulable, who is more not afraid to stand and speak the truth for the population will automatically rely on that person to represent them, even to go and meet the other side and talk. And when that person will come back and talk to the population will be able to listen to him and obey what he's saying, because they know that this person feels them, this person represents them, this person expresses their mind, and they trust this person because this person is credible. The legitimacy The mandate comes from the legitimacy. What is legitimate? Legitimate means something is legit. Is it well-founded? Ambazonian struggle, is it well-founded? Yes, it is founded on justice. It's founded on international law. Our strive for independence is based on reality. So it is a legitimate struggle. The whole world have acknowledged that it is legitimate. And every Ambazonia under international law have the right of political association and political organization. That means anybody have the right to organize himself to be able to represent the interests of our country. So every single Ambazonia can become a leader. Every single Ambazonia can represent our country based on your articulation, based on your credibility, based on how people perceive you representing them. Do you really speak for the public interest? That is where the legitimacy comes from. Nobody should deceive you that a legitimacy comes from because you are in an organization. Organizations are just the best way a population can present themselves or present their case. That will be easily seen as something that is representative of the whole country. But it is not the only way. Who gave the mandate to Nelson Mandela to represent South Africa or fight for South Africa? Nobody. He wasn't even a proper member of the ANC. Who gave the mandate to Fidel Castro to fight for his country? He fought with Che Guevara. Guevara was not even a Cuban. Who gave the mandate for Patrick Lumumba to fight for the independence? Who gave the mandate to Ernest Wani, to Umnyobe? Who gave the mandate to Mohammed Gaddafi? So people, stop making a fool of yourself. Do not demand for people what you don't demand from yourself. Do not behave to other people what you don't want other people to behave against you. Otherwise, you validate them. So Ambazonia must be very careful the way we conduct ourselves and the way we do things, because the war is watching. If we treat ourselves so badly, so corrupt, and we tolerate corrupt and people who are working with La Republic, what do you think the international community would do? If we even ask that people who have corrupt, who have killed our people, who have compromised our struggle to represent us, what indication do you think the international community would think? Remember that they said that a territory must be elevated to self-governance to be mature enough to have independence. Are we demonstrating that we are mature to become a democratic country? About the issue of referendum, I've had tons. I mean, even a professor in the United States of America sent me a message that, Capo Daniel, I need to hear from you about this. That is how it has gone to. So I'll tell you people about referendum. Ambazonians should never be the ones demanding for referendum. We should never be the one. Is Chris Anu acting on behalf of La République du Cameroon? The possibility is 80% yes, because he has testified publicly that he has received money from CDC's board of directors, and we know that it includes Okala Bilai and Lele Afrique, who are in the board director, who are the major decision takers for CDC. So we have seen a lot. I don't want to call the name of people who are selling CDC product today. Those are people who have received money from La République. I can guarantee you that I have evidence that can substantiate that claim, but it is useless to debate that if our mindset are just so close. But does it mean that anything that Chris Anu is doing is coming from La République? No. I'll give you an example. Success Nkongo and Nambere have publicly shown receipt or informed our people in Nigeria that they have received money from Cameroon. So we know that they have been received money from Cameroon. But today, are they not fighting against those same Cameroon people? But they are doing so being afraid, because if you can first of all receive money from Cameroon, then there is no way anybody can trust you, because you have demonstrated that you are prone for corruption. So does everything that Chris Anu is doing coming from La République? No. The issue concerning referendum that they are pushing, is it La République engineering them to push the referendum? I don't know. But this is what I have to tell you. I met Chris Anu in Cambodia. We discussed in private and we discussed in public about referendum. And I told him in front of international expert that when you demand for referendum, immediately as an Ambazonian group, you undermine the basis for our claim. Because if you are claiming that Cameroon don't have basis for its unity with Ambazonia, if your claim is that Ambazonia is a sovereign state, how can you then be demanding a referendum when a referendum is a constitutional tool? It's an eternal instrument. Only for a country to do a referendum, it has to have authority from its constitution. So you must acknowledge oneness of Cameroon. You must acknowledge that you are looking for a domestic solution before you are asking for a referendum. Referendum usually are proposed by a country that amends its constitution, like in the case of Indonesia, they amend their constitution to allow a referendum in a part of their country when they wanted to grant them independence. In the case of Sudan, their parliament actually ceded that power to the United Nations for an international organized referendum in Southern Sudan. So it is an internal instrument. Even in Toronto, we had that debate in front of international experts, and the same case was made that referendum is an internal process. So anybody who is telling you that he wants referendum is simply saying that I am now with Yaoundé or Ambazonia or Cameroon. I'm for one Cameroon, and we are looking for internal solution from Cameroon. And if that is what they have made up their mind, then they should tell you people straight. They should not be playing games. But these are people who are under the influence of Cameroon. We know that for sure. Anybody who doubts that is somebody who have lost some bearings in your brain is not right. Ambazonians should not be wasting their time to ask for referendum. When we do that, we demonstrate to the world that we don't even know what we want. We are not even mature enough to understand how things are going. Ambazonians should never demand for referendum. Referendum are usually proposed by the occupying state as a final solution to a negotiated settlement of a war, if they have decided to grant us independence, because even La Republic know that the majority of our people wants independence. It has been scientifically proven. Oh, Ambazonians, can't we even learn from our past? How come our people who knew that they have rights, who were self-governance, who have been recognized as a category B, how did we even tolerate the plebiscite in the first place? They could not even give us referendum because they know that referendum is something that is affirmative. But they told us this is a plebiscite. It's just a consultation. That is how we were deceived before. It was just a consultation. Let us go into this plebiscite in February 1961. How did we come to that type of stupidity? The election itself choose between two countries. The outcome where 300,000 and 31,000 people cast their vote, with 233,000 people vote in favor to join La Republic and 97,000 vote in favor to join Nigeria. That is very bizarre. The low turnout can speak volume about that referendum. In the Savannah State, only Nkambe voted the opposite direction with the rest of the Savannah State, just to point that out to our people. Referendum in May, organized by Mr. Paul Biya, has cost us the so-called small protection that we used to have in the so-called United Republic of Cameroon. So there are examples to go in for. There are just so many examples. But I just want to tell our people that it was really a mark of incompetence that Ambazonians were tricked into getting into a plebiscite. The fact that we were tricked to even debate a plebiscite when we had all the rights to become an independent country, we should not even think or contemplate to even debate about a referendum. Ambazonians should know that our freedom is in our hands. We can decide how we want this thing to go. It is in our hands. Are we going to be the generation or the people that always do not lose an opportunity to lose an opportunity? During the time of Foncha, right before Onugu was separated from Nigeria, we already saw people who were crossing the table, changing political parties because they were calling out Jongu Foncha that he wants to sell us to Cameroon. So let them not tell us that we do not know. They were not signs for us to see. You go to a plebiscite negotiation when the country which you want to unite with have rejected and voted against the resolution 1608. How can we miss those signs? And today somebody is coming to tell you people that his solution is for us to apply for independence, or for our struggle to start to ask his solution is for us to ask for referendum. Referendum. Don't be deceived the third time, Ambazonians. Don't be deceived. See people who have betrayed you as people who have betrayed you. Be able to be sane and be in a position where you can think properly, where we as a collective can think properly, can account to each other and assess with each other. Where are we now? How can we move forward? What is the best way we can exploit the opportunities we have? Ambazonians should put on their thinking cap and stop being pushed like a canoe that is being moved by the waves. Any way the waves go, you follow. Any way the waves go, you follow. Somebody like Like, how can we explain that somebody like Sako, who came and deceived Ambazonians that the United Nations have invited him to come, and the decolonization committee have invited him, when that could not be even possible, and it is even a subject of debate? How could we be that so stupid? How could we be that so stupid to still entertain this person? Somebody will lie you to your face. Somebody will come and tell you that you have a Swiss process going on. The same Thibaut Nagy have told Ambazonian people that the Swiss process was just a means to bring Ambazonia under La Republic control. If you could listen to him then, why can't you listen to him now? So if the same people are using Thibaut Nagy to make their point, why can't they say that Ambazonia don't think that the same Thibaut Nagy have told you people that the people who were in Switzerland were going there was something that was just being manipulated by Cameroon to do what they want to do? So our people should think properly. They should think properly. We have sacrificed a lot and we have undergone too much pain. We should not be incompetent. We should not miss any opportunity. We should be efficient for us to win this war. We should be efficient, and we should know that we can actually lose this war, because the thing that destroy us is people who think that we are already there. People who, they even say that the egg of sea gave me a mandate. When you start thinking that when they appoint you, they have done you a favor, they have given you an opportunity, then we are in the La Republique mentality, where they give people appointment. Is like they give a cake to your village where you have to go, and it's now for your own benefit. When they appoint me, they benefit. Capo Daniel give them something that is greater, something that they could not have by themselves. That is what you should know. That you get into a government, or you get into an institution or an organization to give them something, to put something. It's not just an opportunity that they have given you as like a gift. It is an opportunity for you to donate something to them. You are not going there because they have given your own place. When you have this mentality, that is why many people in our organizations in Ambazonia, they think that they have already arrived. When you give them positions, they hold it. They will tell you only Caterpillar will remove them. We have lost principles. We should come back to our senses. We should think rationally. And we should know for sure that we can win this war as much as we can lose this war. It all depends on us. Be sure for that, it depends on us. I'll be addressing our people eventually, after I've done, when I'm done with my research and put everything together, and know that I'm working tirelessly in the background for you. You can be sure for that. Ambazonians should be afraid of nothing but fear itself. Should be confident and be able to assess and look at our reality in its face and address it. You cannot win by burying your head in the sand or closing your eye like a child and think the war have disappeared around you. You should be very conscious of the reality of our situation, the reality of the international community, and then you make a calculated decision with tangible plans that are attainable on how we can move from point A to point B. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing out. Once more, congratulations to the Mountain Lions. Way to go. All Ambazonian forces should rise up and show us the sizes of their canna. Show us what you've got underneath. You show us that our mothers can born man picking too. God bless you all.